Okay. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Jaydon.
I'm Isaiah.
This is Isaiah. This is our podcast, All Things Considered. This is the very first episode. So if you guys are watching or listening, you guys are our first listeners. So you guys have a special place in our hearts.
Yeah.
The name All Things Considered, I kind of want to give you guys a meaning behind that. The meaning is that there is no meaning. The point is we can talk about anything and we will consider any topic, any special guests, any theme, anything you guys or we decide we want to do, we can do. And we felt like it gives us a broad scale if we can do whatever. So if there's something you guys want us to talk about, let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to have anyone on as a guest if you're anywhere in the area. Just reach out. If you have a topic you'd like to hear us talk about, go ahead and shoot us a DM at All Things Considered on Instagram or leave a comment on this video on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube.
Okay. The topic for today is bucket lists. And I didn't know this was such a big thing until 2 days ago. I think me and Isaiah and some of our friends from school were kind of talking about our bucket lists and stuff. And it was like, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do that. And Isaiah pulls out the notes app on his phone with how many?
At least 30. At least 30, 35.
At least 30 things on his bucket list.
Yeah, and let me qualify that.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I am for a long time, and honestly still probably, I was very against bucket lists just because I think they're stupid, and it's I don't know, I'm not that obligated to feel like I need to do something, things in my life, or these I don't know, whatever. But then I kind of started making a lot of things as a joke just because I thought there'd be a lot of things or just bits to run or jokes to make that just need to get done. Yeah,
and he let me and some of our friends know 3 or 4 of them. Mm-hmm. Those ones were good. So I wanted him to tell us more. He told us he was going to wait. He said he was going to wait for this moment. So I'm excited for this. So how this is going to work is for today, he's going to give us he's going to run through all of them quickly, I think. And then he's going to maybe highlight a few of them, or if there's a few that jump out to you and you want to talk about.
Yeah, if there's a few that stand out to you.
Yeah,
whatever.
And then I also came up with 3. Minutes before the podcast, I came up with 3. There's one that I'm very passionate about. If you know me personally, it's been on my mind for a long time.
It's true.
So, yeah, I'm super excited. So without further ado, first podcast, first topic, first segue. Just go ahead and get us started, Isaiah.
All right, so we got the bucket list. Very first off, swim with dolphins.
Okay, that's basic.
Pretty standard. Nothing too much there. Next up, we have a songwriting retreat in Hawaii. I want to do that. I'm a big Chainsmokers fan, and basically, just for one of their last albums, that's how they made one. And I've been talking with my boy at Micah Chi Music, shameless plug there, and we just want to make that happen at some point. Those are a little bit more mild, but we'll get into some of the more fun ones. Okay. Next up, I want to bet on a horse race while wearing a large hat and a monocle.
Is there a reason that's so specific? Is there something that inspired that, or is that just...
Next up, we have skydive over the Bahamas.
Okay, that sounds fun.
That one's a little bit more generic. Now we get into the first one that I've already crossed off. This one was crossed off last year in Orange City, Iowa. And it's play poker, but use Cheeto Puffs as chips. Specifically, I wanted to have a giant pile of Cheeto Puffs and then say, I'm going all in, and then push them all into the center, which I did, but...
Okay.
That one's crossed off.
Yeah.
Next up, for Jonas Brothers fans, I want to have a deep conversation at the Waffle House. That one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand that one. I don't really listen to a lot of Jonas Brothers, but I will say the concept just sounds great.
Yeah, so there's a song called Waffle House where they say, we have deep conversations at the Waffle House, and it's...
Okay.
Really the whole plug.
Yeah, okay.
Next up, this one's a little bit more serious. I want to complete a triathlon. It just seems fun. I want to just do a full Olympic-length triathlon.
Okay.
Next up, another one that I've completed. This one was only completed 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it's do a jersey swap post-game.
Wow.
Now, I never got to do it in a real football game or a real basketball game, but in intramural Northwest University flag football, me and my boy at Isaac Fairfield got one. Shout out to Isaac, and if you're watching on YouTube, the picture is right here. All right. Next on the bucket list, I want to say to someone, please, Mr. Hollinger's my father. Call me Isaiah.
That's good. I think that relates to a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to be seen as their parents. They want to be seen as someone else. So I like that one. That's good.
Yeah, really, that one's not very deep.
Okay.
I might have to wait a while to use that one,
Yeah.
but it's coming up.
Okay.
So next up, I have live vicariously through my son's athletic career.
Yeah.
Next up, I have give the candle I made in 2023 to my future wife. So this one has a little bit more of a story.
Yeah, I heard this one. This one's I think this one's a little bit odd. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
This one's a little bit strange. So basically, when I was at college last year at Northwestern College in Iowa, shout out, they had the business club. Shout out Northwestern Business Club. So many shout outs here, but we had a candle making event for the business club, and long story short, I got roped into going to it, and me and like 2 of my guy friends show up, and it's just like 40 women, like none of whom are even in business. They just wanted to make candles. And I get talking with one of the business secretaries, like one of the like people on staff at Northwestern, and she asks me, she says, "Oh, you gonna give that candle to your mom?" To which I responded, "No, I'm gonna save it for my future wife," which, yeah.
It's gonna be a while from now, I think.
It might be a while.
It might be.
But I am a man of my word.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm hanging on to it.
It's very
I've got
admirable.
it in a safe space.
Okay, good.
Next, this is a fun one. I want to have a birthday party, specifically like a kid's birthday party, and then rent a pony, and then put a horn on it, like a paper horn on the pony, and then call it a unicorn.
Okay, that's good. And now I think the follow-up I would say is this gonna be like your daughter's birthday party or something? Or hear me out. You do have a big birthday coming up relatively soon. Your 21st birthday is coming up. Is that an appropriate thing for your 21st birthday party?
The thing is, it feels cheap to do it for my own birthday party.
Yeah.
Like it feels cheap to throw my own birthday party and then bring my own unicorn.
Okay.
On the other hand, for Jaydon's 19th birthday party, it's very much a possibility. So be on the lookout for that. Next up, another one I crossed off was try Pilk.
Oh my gosh.
Jaydon, do you want to tell your Pilk story?
Yeah. So this was probably my sophomore year of high school. So many, many years ago.
Long time ago.
A long time ago. Me and my friend at Mike Chi, the guy that keeps getting shouted out, we saw this Instagram reel or some sort of form of content highlighting Pilk, which is Pepsi and milk. And for the longest time, for probably 6 to 8 months, we made jokes about how we were going to try Pilk, and it was going to be so good, and we were going to love it. And one day, I was at Micah's house. I forget who was there. I forget why I was there. I just know that I was there. Micah has Pepsi in his fridge, which he usually doesn't have, but he did have some Pepsi in his fridge.
Somehow.
Instantly, the gears turn. It's one of those moments, my favorite moments, where like you don't have to say anything to the other person. You can just look at them, and you guys are on the exact same page, and you know exactly what the other person's thinking.
Yeah.
Micah looks at me, I look at him, we're both thinking Pilk. We're on the same page. So, we make the Pilk. Pepsi milk. We drink it, right? It's gross. I mean, no, it's not horrible, but it's not good by any means.
It's definitely not good.
Yeah. But it was like that was the end of the story, right? I hang out there for the rest of the night. We're probably playing some ping pong, having a good time. And then I head home and go to bed. And that's where the story ends. That's where I wish the story would have ended.
That's where Jaydon's side of the story ends.
Yeah. No. Both sides of the story continue. I couldn't sleep. My stomach it felt horrible. Like there was a hole in my stomach. It just felt like there was nothing. My stomach felt horrible. I think I was sick. And I text Micah, and Micah has the receipt somewhere. I don't have it. It's like 2:30 in the morning. Maybe it was 2:37, something like that. And I text him and I go, "Hey, this Pilk is keeping me up right now, man. I feel horrible." Instantly, I'm talking like as I'm finishing sending him the text, he instantly responds. He goes, "No way. I feel the exact same way." So, moral of the story is, me and Micah both couldn't sleep the night because we had drinking Pilk and it did terrible things to our stomach.
Yep.
I wouldn't recommend it. So yeah, that's Pilk.
So, meanwhile, I'd heard all this Pilk conversation, this build up to Pilk.
Yeah.
And then when all of the events actually went down, I was not there.
Yeah.
So I felt very discluded. And I felt awful about myself. I heard the stories. At Mike Chi had to play at church the next morning, and he was just vomiting the night before. And I just heard that story, and I thought, man, I want to try Pilk.
Yeah, when someone vomits and drinks it, it's like, I want it. I want in.
Exactly. And then one night, it's about 1 a.m, and I'm walking around Orange City, Iowa, with some friends.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I all of a sudden realized, it clicked in my brain. I looked at the vending machine and I thought, we carry Pepsi products. And it was 1:30 in the morning. We were lacking things to do. And I thought, man, I wonder if these guys have heard of Pilk.
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
So we walked around the dorms on campus. We walked all through the halls looking for milk. We eventually came right across from where I live. My neighbor had a gallon of whole milk, probably about 3 or 4 days expired.
Oh.
And we bring it all downstairs. We put it into cups. We stir it up. It was genuinely the worst thing ever. Like, I could not put it down.
No. It was not. No, Pilk is not the worst thing ever. Is it terrible? Yes.
You haven't had it with 4-day expired whole milk. It is just absurdly bad. So we do that, and then we do it at, I guess it's probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock on a Friday night. And then we decided that we were going to start meeting every Friday night for Pilk Club. I talked with some people at the college, and had I gone back, we actually would have been able to get a school-funded Pilk Club running.
That is ridiculous.
It's one of my biggest regrets in life that I never made that happen. Yeah. But new university, new possibilities.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Who knows? Who knows? All right, this next one is a real gold mine. I told this one to Jaydon, and I think this is Jaden's favorite one on the list.
If this is what I think it is, this is the top of my bucket list, is to see you complete this on your bucket list, because I think this is the most funny thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it is that thing.
Okay.
So I don't know how many people have seen Despicable Me 2.
Great movie.
The cinematic masterpiece that is Despicable Me 2. There's one small little scene in there that if you blink, you'll miss it. But it really has just stuck with me since what year was that movie released? Like 2014?
I don't know.
I don't know. But that long decade, it has stuck with me.
Yeah.
I want to make a hat out of chips that has the guacamole in the middle, like in that movie.
The scene in the Mexican restaurant.
It's in the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
When Gru wears this hat made out of a tortilla chip with guacamole in the center. And I need to get that done
I think that is actually amazing. And we've been talking about trying to get that done. I don't know how we're going to do it, but if we do get it done, we will let you guys know. We'll film some sort of video about that, because that is amazing.
Yeah, maybe we can have a special event of some sort.
That'd be great. Imagine we're on a show right now, and I just have the hat on, or you have the hat on.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great. Okay, I like that.
That would be sick. We're gonna make that happen at some point.
Yeah.
Throughout this, before this school year is over, that will happen.
Okay.
It will happen.
Okay.
All right, last thing on this list. This one's more unserious than it is serious. I want to play at Times Square on New Year's Eve, like Austin Moon.
It's not happening.
But just think about Austin Moon. Have you Austin and Ally? Another cinematic masterpiece.
I don't know. I'm not following.
Okay. Well, Austin Moon's dream was always to play at Times Square on New Year's Eve. So I'd like to do the same. Will it happen? Probably not. No, probably not. But it's not going to be the most unrealistic bucket list item you hear today.
Okay. Now I'm going to go through mine. I only have 3, and I'll start off with the most tame, most easiest one. So my dad, shout out my dad. He's the kind of guy that he just has a lot of stuff. And I want to have one of those moments where this is a moment that I've lived out many times, where I'm like, Dad or wherever, this would be so cool if we had one of these. I might go buy one or something like that. My dad's like, wait, I have one of those in storage. And I'm like, why would you have one of those in storage? And then he goes to storage, and he comes back with the item. I want to have one of those moments and just surprise my kid or whoever it is with an item that I should not have, but I do.
Now imagine this. Imagine your kid comes to you.
Okay.
And your kid says, hey, Dad, I really want to make a chip hat from Despicable Me 2 with guacamole in the center.
I will know.
And then you go to the garage. And you say, son, I've got one of those.
Then that would be amazing. Okay, number 2 is I want to be 100% fluent in French. I think that would be cool, just to learn another language. Yeah. I think French, was it the language of love? Is that what they call it? Or something like that?
I couldn't tell you.
I think that'd be cool. And now for my most important, my top of the priority, my biggest bucket list item, and you gotta let me finish.
If you're sitting at home, you're gonna want to put on the seatbelts for this one.
You have to let me finish.
The level of delusion in the room is about to get to 100.
No. This is not delusion. Okay, hold on. You guys don't know the NBA. I'm a big NBA fan. I know Isaiah likes to watch basketball too. Shout out Steph Curry for listening. You're my GOAT.
Shout out Anthony Edwards.
I love Steph Curry. Anyways, there's this one's kind of lesser known. You guys know, like, in the MLB, there's like the minor league is kind of like the subdivision of professional baseball. For the NBA, there's the NBA G League.
Mm-hmm. Used to be called the D League.
The D League, yeah,
the developmental league until Gatorade started sponsoring it.
Yeah.
Now it's the G League.
Yeah. And I came across this this post or this article or whatever, and I hope it's true.
This piece of information.
I actually haven't done my research if this is true or not, but I hope it is, and I really, really think it is. Anyone can try out for the NBA G League. I could try out. Isaiah could try out. You could try out. Anyone could try out. I was recently looking. There's a G League tryout. I might have just missed it, but there's one I think coming up in Denver. I think
in Michigan.
In Michigan
for Denver.
Michigan for the Denver Nuggets. It doesn't make any sense, but it's a thing. It's $150 to sign up to try out. Mm-hmm. So obviously I would pay plane ticket fees or whatever that looks like, and I would pay the $150 to sign up to try out for the G League.
Yeah.
Am I going to make it?
No.
Hold on.
No.
If you can tell me there's a 0% chance if you can tell me there's a definitive 0% chance, I will not do it. But you cannot tell me there's a 0% chance.
Yeah, so can you go ahead and tell all the listeners at home your total varsity basketball points scored?
It doesn't matter. That's not the point. That's not the point. Answer me this question. Is there a definitive 0.00% chance? Is there a 0% chance? Tell me.
Yes.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That is not true.
I want you to take a look in the mirror and understand that a 5'9" man who has never scored a varsity basketball point in his life is not going to make it to a league that D1 basketball players can't make it to.
But there's a chance.
No.
Even
I would say there's not a chance at all.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
I would say it's a great goal to have if you'd like to if you'd like to donate $150 to the Denver Nuggets organization. It's a good way to do that.
No, okay, here's the thing.
It's kind of like when you pay to get a backstage pass to meet like a concert person, or when you pay extra to go on the field and meet players. I'd say it's kind of like that, where it's I'm going to donate $150 to the Denver Nuggets, and then I'll go play around at this basketball court for an hour.
There's two reasons why I want to do this. One, if I get on the court at an NBA G League tryout, I will tell everyone that I know that I almost made the NBA. And I don't care. I'll tell everyone that. And I'll show them the picture of me in my team uniform that says the Denver Nuggets on it.
Because I'm sure they just give out a Denver Nuggets jersey to everyone who comes. I'm sure there's
some sort of shirt or something that you would wear.
Maybe.
That's my guess. I don't know. Reason number two. I'm not saying I'm going to make the G League. Because I know I'm not going to. Isaiah knows I'm not going to.
We all know he's not going to.
But what if I do? Right? We can both agree the odds are... there's probably 50 zeros after the point. The chances of...
Probably more. Probably more zeros.
Okay. That's okay. But the chances aren't zero. And that's the most important thing. You guys ever seen the movie Thunderstruck? A great movie.
Great movie.
Masterpiece.
Amazing movie.
Probably one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time after all 4 Alvin and the Chipmunks movies.
I would say it's top 2, not number 2 on my list.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, Thunderstruck, it's about this kid, right? And he gets struck by lightning, hence the title of the movie, obviously. And he gains the powers of Kevin Durant. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's going to happen, because it won't. But what if for one day, for one practice, for 30 minutes, or however long the tryout is, I catch lightning. I have the best athletic performance of my entire life. And I get a call that night. As I'm in my hotel room, I get a call. I'm like, oh, who's this? It's probably a prank call. Hello? Coach? You want to sign me to a 10-day contract? Nikola Jokic from your team is coming to pick me up right now for team dinner? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm there for sure. I would love to be on the team, coach. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Bye. There's a chance.
So I would say the only legitimate possibility you have of making an NBA G League team.
Hold on. So you're saying there's a chance?
Hold on. Hear me out. I'd say the only decent, like tiny little chance is if, like, so you know how like so I'm assuming it's like the same system where you like where like the numbers like you do with like the draft combine, like the NFL combine.
Yeah.
So I think the only real chance is imagine there's like a 6'10" guy,
Okay.
who's just balling out, puts up like 50 points in the scrimmage,
Okay.
and then in going to write down his number, the coach messes up, and your number's close to it. So like let's say his number's like 65. And this coach forgets his contacts and he thinks it's 66 and he writes down 66.
Okay.
And so he goes, I'm going to offer number 66 a contract.
Okay.
Of course, the real issue there is they bring you in to sit down to talk about a contract and then they're like, wait a minute. This isn't the same guy.
You're not 6'10".
They're like, wait a minute. This guy's a foot shorter than I remember.
Yeah, I mean.
So I'd say, like, yeah, maybe like if you try out 1 billion times in a row, if you just like go to every single G League tryout for the rest of your life, maybe eventually they mess up the number.
Yeah. So there's a chance is what you're saying.
I'd say there's a chance
that
you get really excited
I don't care.
for about like a day and a half.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Okay.
So those are mine. I got the storage thing with the everlasting just things in storage that my dad has. I've got to become 100% fluent in French. That'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
And also the NBA G League one. Let us know. Because I've been telling the G League one to a lot of people because I'm very passionate about it, as you guys can tell. Let us know. Let me know if you think it's possible. Let me know if you think there's a 0% chance. Comment on the video because that's not possible.
Yeah. So when you think there's 0% chance, just go ahead and write that down in the comments if you're on YouTube.
Okay.
DM that to All Things Considered podcast, or if you know a recipe to make a chip hat with guac filling in it, please send it over.
Yeah.
Please send it over. If you have a secret family recipe that you've been storing up for just a time such as this, please send it over.
Yeah, and also any inquiries about any topics or any special guests that want to be on the show, comment.
Send them over.
Message us personally if you have our contacts or whatever. DM us on Instagram, whatever that is. Yeah, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, also, like, if you, like, are reading, like, an 18th century British novel that you'd like us to commentate on also.
We're not reading 18th century novels.
But if you have that, go ahead and send that over. We will read that. We will read those, and we will make a podcast about it.
Do you know why we'll read that?
Why? Tell me, why would we read that?
Because all things are considered.
All topics considered.
That's perfect.
Thank you for watching.